Hello, this is Francisco Cribari. I wanted to share with you that I removed Pop OS from this laptop, which is my Galago Pro, the System76 Galago Pro. I removed Pop OS, which is the Linux distribution that comes installed with the laptop. It's basically Ubuntu plus GNOME plus some theming and tweaking. It came with Pop OS 17.10 and I upgraded to 18.04. And I had some problems with Pop OS. The first one is that it comes with a high DPI daemon, which I did not like, and I had to disable it. And I had to mess around with G settings to disable it. There is no easy way of doing that. And I experienced some problems suspending to RAM. Oftentimes, probably, I don't know, nearly half of the times that I suspended to RAM, the laptop would suspend and then resume a couple of seconds later, which was a problem. So I had some minor glitches and I decided to remove Pop OS and install Manjaro KDE. That's what I'm running here, as you can see. One problem that I have with this particular laptop is the battery life is very short. It has an i7 processor and also 32 gigabytes of RAM, which makes the battery not last long. Under Pop OS, I would only get about 3.5 hours of battery life, even using the battery life option in the GNOME menu, and 3.5 to 4 hours at most with light use, dimming the screen and so on. And with Manjaro KDE, which comes with TLP configured and enabled by default, I get an extra hour, roughly an extra hour of battery life. Light use, I only watch a couple of YouTube movies or videos, short videos, like 15-minute videos, and I process and compile some LaTeX files, reply to some email messages and browse the web and so on. And now I get between 4.5 to 5 hours of battery life. So I gained an extra hour of battery life by switching to Manjaro KDE. And I besides that, I like KDE better than GNOME. There are several nice things that I can do in using KDE Plasma that I cannot do using GNOME. For instance, you see here that I have 4 virtual desktops here. If I want to go from the first one to the fourth one, I just press Ctrl F4 and I don't need to go from the first to the second, from the second to the third, from the third to the fourth, and so on. And for instance, suppose that Spotify is playing in my 4th virtual desktop here, and if I want to stop that, I don't need to go to the 4th desktop just to stop the music. As in GNOME, I just hover over the mouse here and pause the music without needing to go to the 4th desktop and so on. Another nice thing is Dolphin. For instance, I can choose for which folders I want the thumbnail previews activated. You see here. I just disabled the thumbnail previews for this folder, so I can select for which folders I want the thumbnail previews activated, which is very nice. And if I press F4, I have an integrated terminal here in the Dolphin File Manager. If I press F3, I have a split view, and there are very nice things here. For instance, if I go to settings, I do a lot of photography, so I need to have thumbnail previews for my raw images. I can just go here to General Previews and click here on raw photo camera files, and that's all it takes. And that's something that's nice about KDE. I also like the KDE applications such as Kyle, which is a LaTeX graphical user interface, and KDE Live, and Ocular for handling PDF files, GwenView, and so on. Let me show you here, Darktable exported. Suppose that I want to preview a file here. I click on single click here, and this is GwenView, which is the default image viewer for KDE. I can choose which metadata I want to be displayed here. You see, just click on more, and here I can choose whatever I want to be displayed here. The default image viewer for GNOME is Eye of GNOME, and it doesn't allow me to choose which metadata I want to be displayed next to the image. Also, GwenView can preview raw files. It allows me to visualize raw files, unlike Eye of GNOME. So there are several advantages, I believe, of using KDE Plasma. KDE Plasma is also lighter on system resources, mostly RAM and so on. But the nice thing is that I gain an extra hour of battery life after I decided to switch to KDE Plasma. And another nice thing about KDE that I like is, see Bluetooth here. And let me go to the Bluetooth configuration here. I go to Advanced Settings. You see that I can specify that all files that I transfer via Bluetooth go to this folder that I created, the Bluetooth folder. I usually don't like to mix things that I download from the web with files that I transfer from my phone and tablet to my laptop via Bluetooth. So I want those files to go to the Bluetooth folder and to be automatically accepted for trusted devices. As you can see, it's extremely easy to do that here. Under KDE, I just specify the folder and tell KDE Plasma to automatically accept all file transfers from trusted devices, and it's not easy to do that. I'm not sure it's even possible to do that under GNOME. And KDE Plasma comes with some nice things as well. For instance, you see here, those are vaults, which means that I can password encrypt some files with some sensitive, some folders, sorry, with some sensitive files, and that's something that's very nice. I don't need to encrypt my whole home folder. I can just encrypt some files, some folders, and so there are very nice things about KDE Plasma that I like, and but my main motivation was to gain that extra hour of battery life by switching from Pop OS to Manjaro KDE. In my other laptop I run Arch with KDE Plasma, but in this one I decided to install Manjaro because Manjaro comes with TLP enabled by default, and the Manjaro devs fine-tune the configuration files, so I don't need to mess around with that. And I'm very happy with that, and everything works flawlessly with Manjaro KDE. All the media keys, even the suspend media key, works flawlessly. So I'm very happy with my move to Manjaro KDE. And also I've been running Arch and Arch-based distributions for a while. Arch installed the Archway, Arch installed using some installers such as the Feliz installer and Anarchy, and also some Arch derivatives such as Manjaro and Antergos and so on. I also ran OB Revenge, which is no longer available. So I'm used to Arch Linux, and I think Arch is great, and I have access to the Arch user repository from where I can install programs that are not available in the official repositories. So I think Arch is great. I like Arch better than Ubuntu, and I'm very happy with the move. And so this video is to show you my decision of dropping Pop! OS, which came with my Galago Pro, and installing Manjaro KDE.